all witnessed the gigantic Starship rocket take off the ground for the 6th time. Although we've already seen it take off 5 times before, every single launch feels like it's the first time. The sheer power of those 33 Raptor engines roaring to life, the immense plume of smoke engulfing the launch pad, and the sight of the largest rocket ever built soaring through the sky. It's a spectacle that never fails to captivate. But this time, there was one burning question on everyone's mind. Why didn't SpaceX attempt to catch the booster with Mechazilla, as they successfully did in Flight 5? We'll answer this question in this video. But before we delve any deeper, please make sure to subscribe to our channel for future updates about Starship, SpaceX, and their other groundbreaking achievements. The liftoff of Flight 6 was smooth, as expected. The booster ignited all 33 Raptor engines, generating over 16 million pounds of thrust, lifting the massive rocket off the pad at Starbase, Texas. The ascent was flawless, with the booster and upper stage separating cleanly at around 2 minutes into the flight. The upper stage continued its journey to test its in-space capabilities, successfully reigniting one of its vacuum-optimized Raptor engines, a significant milestone. However, as the Super Heavy booster began its descent, it became clear that SpaceX wasn't going to attempt another dramatic mid-air catch with Mechazilla. Instead, the booster executed a controlled splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico. This decision puzzled many, especially given how groundbreaking the booster catch was in Flight 5. That catch was one of the most impressive feats of engineering in recent years. So why did SpaceX opt for a less ambitious approach this time around? The first and most likely reason is the damage observed during the liftoff of Flight 6. As the booster lifted off the pad, the immense thrust and heat generated by the 33 engines appeared to damage the Lightning or communications tower on top of the integration tower. This tower plays a crucial role in the functionality of the Mechazilla catching arms, as it houses critical systems for communication, stabilization, and sensor feedback. Any damage to this infrastructure could compromise the precision needed for a successful booster catch. SpaceX likely chose not to risk damaging the booster, the arms, or the tower itself, and instead opted for a safe splashdown to gather recovery data. Another possible reason is that Flight 6 might have been planned as a test of alternative recovery methods. While catching the booster mid-air is the ultimate goal, SpaceX still needs to collect data on controlled splashdowns. These tests are essential for situations where a tower catch isn't feasible, such as launches from other locations or under certain weather conditions. By splashing down the booster in the Gulf of Mexico, SpaceX could analyze how it performs during a controlled water landing. From a technical perspective, catching a booster with Mechazilla is an incredibly complex operation that requires absolute precision. The booster's grid fins must guide it to within meters of the catching arms, while the arms themselves must respond in real time to any adjustments. If there were any new software updates or hardware modifications to the booster or the catching system, SpaceX might have wanted to test those changes under less demanding conditions before attempting another high-stakes catch. It's also worth noting that the focus of Flight 6 seemed to be more on the upper stage than the booster. The successful reignition of a Raptor engine in space was a critical achievement, proving the upper stage's ability to perform orbital maneuvers and potentially land on other planets in the future. Today's launch happened around the afternoon, unlike the previous launches that usually take place during the early morning hours. Musk has been actively sharing updates and insights about the launch on social media. He recently stated that the current iteration of Starship is more than twice as powerful as the Saturn V moon rocket, which was the most powerful rocket ever built until now. Musk also mentioned that Starship V3, which is expected to fly in about a year, will be 3 times more powerful than Saturn V. The Starship development program has been designed to evolve through multiple versions, with each introducing significant improvements over the previous one. The initial version, often referred to as Block 1, was used for the first 6 integrated flight tests. This version has since been retired to make way for more advanced iterations. The second version, known as Block 2, was announced in early 2024 and includes several major upgrades. These upgrades include a thinner forward flap design, which is positioned more leeward, an increase in propellant capacity by 25%, an integrated vented interstage, and a taller structure overall. The payload capacity of Block 2 is expected to reach at least 100 tons to orbit in a reusable configuration. One key feature of Block 2 is its use of the new Raptor 3 engines, which eliminates the need for additional engine shielding. The first Block 2 vehicle, Ship 33, is already under production and features Raptor 2 engines as an intermediate step. The Block 3 Starship is still under development and is expected to bring even more improvements. Regulatory filings indicate that this version will have a height of approximately 121 meters and will feature 9 Raptor engines on the second stage and up to 35 on the Super Heavy booster. The Block 3 version is planned to have a payload capacity of at least 200 tons to orbit, doubling the capabilities of the Block 2 version. The advancements in Starship are heavily tied to the development of the Raptor engines. The original Raptor engine, Raptor 1, was a major innovation when it was first introduced, delivering a thrust of 185 tons force. However, it has been significantly improved upon with Raptor 2, which increased thrust to 230 tons force while reducing engine mass by nearly 500 kilograms. Raptor 2 was also streamlined to remove unnecessary components, improving its overall efficiency. The Raptor 3 engine takes these improvements even further. It delivers a thrust of 280 tons force, which is a 21% increase over Raptor 2, and has a reduced engine mass of 1,525 kilograms, making it 7% lighter. This engine is not only more powerful, but also simpler in design, reducing the likelihood of failures during operation. Musk has also hinted that Raptor 3 could achieve additional increases in thrust, potentially reaching an 8 to 10% improvement over its current design. Comparing the Raptor engines, the progression from Raptor 1 to Raptor 3 reflects a clear focus on enhancing performance and reducing complexity. The thrust has increased by 51% from Raptor 1 to Raptor 3, and the engine weight has been reduced by 36%. These improvements not only allow the rocket to carry heavier payloads, but also improve fuel efficiency and reduce overall launch costs. Musk also tweeted, "We will do one more ocean landing of the ship. If that goes well, then SpaceX will attempt to catch the ship with the tower." This statement suggests that the next flight, Flight 7, will likely follow a similar trajectory and landing strategy as Flight 6, where the Starship upper stage lands in the ocean. However, Musk's comment hints at a significant milestone for Flight 8, where SpaceX will aim to catch both the Super Heavy booster and the Starship upper stage using the Mechazilla tower. Flight 7 is scheduled for early 2025. This mission will feature the first flight of a Block 2 Starship, specifically Ship 33, paired with Booster 14. The Block 2 iteration includes significant enhancements, such as increased propellant capacity and the integration of Raptor 3 engines, aiming to improve performance and reusability. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.